Hey guys, it's Maymay. I did not realize I was going live that quick, so I don't really have this set up. Give me just a second. I thought I was taking a thumbnail, but it just went live. Maybe that's a new YouTube glitch. We'll find out. So, if you're coming in now, a little bit before I'm ready for this guy, I'm going to do some prep work for my As Many As cards, and I thought I'd bring you guys along. That is so funny. I've never clicked that button and gone live instantly, but good thing I was ready for it. So, we'll plug this up so we don't lose battery. Hey, listen, very casual live today, obviously. Don't know how long I'll be here. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to get everything set up. Come in and say hello. I usually don't do this whole come in and say hello, but like I said, I clicked a button and we went live instantly. You guys saw, maybe you saw Saturday night, I uploaded part 2 of the As Many As that we're making with this really cute card pack. I'll just bring the sticker sheet over for you to see it a little bit while I'm opening it up so I can see your chat. I thought what I was going to do real quick is sit down and start getting ready for filming part 3, and I thought I would just bring you guys in, right? You tell me you like that. So also, I really like this vertical setup. Can I complain about my regular live setup real quick? You want to hear all that complaint? You don't want to hear it. Trust me, you don't want to hear about it. But it's still not fixed, and so I'll be spending this week working on that as well. If you ever decide to become a YouTuber, don't think you're just going to be crafting all day long and having a good time. No, you're going to have to learn how to use technology because that's just the way it works. And so you just deal with it, okay? But we'll deal with it. All right, so now I can see your chat. Let me get that moved where I really can see it. Hello, everybody. What y'all doing today? You having a good day? It's freezing here. How cold is it here, Vin? Like 30? Wait, I can look on my watch. How cold is it here? Come back. Y'all, I don't know how to use this thing. Go away. Thank you. There we go. It says it's 22. It's not 22 here, y'all. It's not 22. It's warmer than that. Let me see who's here. Hey, guys. Terrence, Bernadette, Deb, Carol. I won't say everybody's name. I think it's everybody. Okay, cool. So y'all want to come along while I do this? You might be like, nope. So I'm really sad. I'm going to tell you real quick. I guess I can tell you after I get started about what happened Thursday night and why we didn't have a live show. I'll explain it then. All right. So have you seen the As Many As that we posted Saturday? Have you seen that video? I think it is a good one. I mean, I was wordy and chatty, but if you know me, that was my nickname in high school, wordy and chatty. If you saw that one, I talked to you about this whole plan, right? This whole way we get to this point and the way I like plan and prep and all that good stuff. And now I need to go back and prep for all of these cards so I can film the next part. So if you remember, and I have to remind myself too, I've just walked back into the shop after being off for the weekend. So I'm reminding myself too, but we have 16 3x4 portrait ones that we can make, which is this layout that I'm going to do here. So we're going to be using that 3x4 cut apart here. So we need to prep, okay? So I think where I'll start is harvesting all my cut aparts. So I'm going to set all these guys up here. And the reason I say harvesting them is because I've got to run through and cut them all up. I wish I could, no, actually I don't. I was going to say, I wish I could see my messy desk. No, I don't. It's real bad. Here we go. Here we go. Let's pull these out so I can get all of them cut apart. We'll start with that. So Thursday, before our live show, at about 2:30, I'd had some trouble with my camera when we did the Craftique. And I thought, well, no big deal. I'll get it worked before Thursday. So about 2 or 2:30 on Thursday, I said, I better start working on this camera and get this thing ready for tonight. Now that is 3:30, 4:30. That's 3 hours before that show was going to go live. I thought surely I could get the camera that I have used for literally 7 years, 6 years to do live shows working in 3 hours. So I started working. Y'all, at 5:17, I look at Vince and Shannon who are sitting here staring at me, and I'm like, y'all, I can't make this thing work. It's just not working. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have, all right, I'm reconnected. I don't know why my Wi-Fi would do that. It shouldn't do that, but it did. So anyway, I just told the guy, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't make this work. So I tried a little bit longer and I couldn't get it to work. And I had wanted to go live for you guys on Friday, but I still couldn't get the camera to work. And at a certain point, if you've ever done this before, if you ever dealt with technology like this, at a certain point, you just go, I'm done. Like, I have to walk away from this. So I walked away and I've been thinking about it. And I think I have a plan to get things fixed, to get us back on track. So tomorrow, I'm going to try that. Today, I thought I just need to cut some paper. I just need to not think about technology. And I need to cut some paper. So that's what we're going to do. So this page here, if you saw the video, you'll know I told you I wanted to kind of save this banner for something. Don't know what yet. I haven't planned any more cards but this one. So I'm going to put that one aside and just save it. But I'm going to go ahead and cut all these apart and just go ahead and get all our cut aparts ready to go. So then, let's chat about some fun stuff. How about this, you guys? How about the different sizes in this cut apart? That's so fun. I'm going to keep saying if you saw the video, but Saturday night's video, I show you that these are not the normal size. They're not 4 by 6. They're 4 1/4 by, like this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that. It's new and different, and it's something we can work with to give us a little bit. I didn't know it, though, till I just glanced up and went, y'all don't think that's the same size as usual. But I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so I think I took a picture of one that I saw I think I would like to do with this one. So we'll come back to that one another time. And we know what we're going to do with these guys. Except, I don't feel like that cut, but apparently it did. Down here, is this part of him? Ooh, I'm going to cut that away too. I'm going to cut that little strip away and we'll use it for something else too. All right, so, oh, thank you guys. It's fun to be here. I like doing this. This is easy for me. I know that a lot of you guys don't like the vertical format. And let me say something to you. If you're watching this on your phone, your iPad, any sort of mobile, just turn it and it's full screen. If you've got it sideways, it's going to be small. Just turn it and it's full screen. If you're watching it on your computer, just click green and blow it up and you won't miss a thing. I'll stay right inside of here. But this format on YouTube is very easy to set up. I don't have to do all that stuff I have to do that's made me cry on Thursday with all the cameras. And that's why if you want to see me, I'm just going to turn this on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to turn this on. Because it's easier. Look, these are what we're looking for. Okay. These are what we're looking for. Hi, friends. Come in. Vinny's in the room. By the way, I'm not here by myself. Like, Vinny's in the room. He's watching. What are you watching? Golf?
Yeah.
He's watching golf on his computer over here, keeping me company because I didn't want to be here by myself. I don't think I told y'all this, but the staff is not here today. We've got weather coming. We don't know what that means. In the South, we just say it like that, don't we? We got weather coming.
Well, and also the kids are out of school today for Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
And so it was nice for the staff to get to stay home with their families. We
just decided, we were looking at what to do, and we were thinking because we were going to be off probably Tuesday and Wednesday that we were going to work today to make up, but then the post office isn't running, so that's one thing. And the staff that have young children would have to get babysitters, blah, blah. So we were like, you know what? Let's take Monday off. We'll definitely not be here on Tuesday because we do have weather coming. We don't know what. Wednesday, we're going to play by whatever happens Tuesday. So, you know what, Amy, sometimes I don't line them up super great, but like this one's got a little bit, and you can see this one's got a little bit left on it. But I will tell you my tip. What I do when I line this up, let me zoom in. That's another thing. I think I can just zoom so easy here. Let me see how far I got in when I did that. Oh, good. Okay, check this out. What I do is I float the line in the center. I think a lot of times we forget that the blade doesn't cut. Let me get something to point with because, here we go. Sometimes I think we forget that our blade does not cut right to the left-hand side. It actually cuts in the center of this. So when I lay this out, I will float that line in the middle. And you can always use the line on your blade to help you too. But I cut up, so it's harder to do that. Oh, hey, Cortland. I cut up so it's harder for you to line it up, but you can do that if you want to use the little line. And when I say I cut up, I cut into that stop. So see, if you float it in the middle, you get a much better cut there. Instead of, moving, let me show you, instead of going blue line to the edge, if I cut that blue line on that edge right there, it's going to leave white on it. But if I float it in that center section, that's better. You're still going to get a little bit. And sometimes I have to come back and trim everything up. It's an e-learning day, Trisha. That's cool. Because we're kind of e-learning right now, aren't we? All right. 4 times 3.
12.
That gives us 12 of these. So we'll put these aside. And don't forget, we have some in our 6x6. So let me pull that little pack out so we can get those prepped as well. Did I already pull those pages? Maybe when I do these lives, I should plan a little better than I'm doing. Here we go. Maybe we should plan a little bit. Now, these are casuals. All right, so let me zoom back out because this is way too tight. We're way too tight. Let's zoom. Come back. There we go. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is go through here and get these ones that have these 3x4s as well. Let's cut them all. Let's just get them all ready. All right, tell me, how satisfying is it to watch me just pull page after page after page out of here? Are you a person who wants to use up every single scrap out of this 6x6? Is that your thing? Like it just thrills your soul when you have used every little tiny scrap? Or do you hate whenever the pads get kind of like this? You're one of the two, right? You're one of the two. You love it or you can't stand this. And yes, we're going to use all of this, so don't worry. But if I were to leave like one little straggler behind, tell me how you feel about that. How do you feel about that little straggler? All right, let's get these 3x4s off of here. And we're going to do the same thing. We'll float it. Terrence's just like, yes, rip those things out. Rip them out. Bonnie saves all scraps with good intentions. Amen, sister. Amen. We all have good intentions with those scraps. I mean, I have dreams of what I can do with scraps. But I just end up having too many scraps, let's be honest. Now, this is an interesting situation we've just run across. Look right here. The circle, the little hole for hanging the product is in our way. Not a big deal, because what we can do is turn this into like a ticket stub. That would be cute. You see, that's going to have a little divot. A divot, that's a perfect word for it right there. And then a little divot right there, but that's okay. We'll turn them into, we'll use our punch, our little ticket stub punch and clean that up. There's a spot I left some on there. You like using the whole thing. Make one more card. That's it, make one more. Okay, so here's the deal about this paper pack. Do we have this one in stock? Have y'all bought them all up yet? I'm not sure, but here's what I love about this paper pack. It's great for making cards in January to take you through the year, because we're going to be able to make birthday cards, celebration cards that we can use for anything. That's why I wanted to use this one as an as many as. What does it say? Karen says, if you use it all up, you make more room for new stuff. That's my thing, because I don't like to use the same thing over and over again year after year. I want to use it all up. I've never even come close to using a full pad. Melody, that's your challenge for 2025. I just established it for you. Use one whole pad. Okay, good. We still have some of these in stock. Y'all need to grab these. They're real good. We just gave Melody her 2025 challenge. Pick a paper pad and use every single drop. It'll be so fun. You will enjoy it so much. Did you need a challenge, Melody? She's like, I have enough challenges. I do not need you lining them up for me. Oh my goodness. Oh, the ephemera sold out. That's okay, because I'll be honest with you. If you get a 6x6 and a 12x12, you're not going to need the ephemera much. I'm going to use my ephemera, but you're not going to need it much. She said, I'll work on it. She'll work on it. All right. Do I want to cut these apart? I think I do. I think I do because I have an idea for them. So if you're new here, I know whenever I do these vertical videos, sometimes I get a lot of viewers that don't normally see us. I want to tell you what we're working on real quick. I do something called as many as, period. I was going to say cards, but it's not just cards. We do something called as many as. And what that means is I will take paper packs or whatever I need to use up, and I will make as many as of something to be able to, number one, build my stash up of cards that I might need, and number two, or whatever it is I might need, and number two, use up paper so I don't end up having it in my stash year after year and not being able to buy new stuff. So what you're watching me do right now is doing some prep work for a video series that we're releasing on YouTube. That video series is called As Many As. I think I'm just calling it As Many As. And we just released parts 1 and part 2. So if you want to watch those, and listen, and like Tamitha just said, I have a lot of As Many As on my playlist. But if you want to watch those to kind of see what I'm prepping for right now, head on over to the YouTube channel after this live and watch those videos to make it all make a little more sense. And in part 2 of this video, I actually take you through my planning process, which is very different. I normally don't do that. I normally just show you what we're doing. And so many of you asked to see the process, and that's what we've been doing. So this one might have a few more parts in it, but I also tell you this, if you normally don't watch the As Many As, you really should watch part 2 of this one, because the tips and tricks I give you for designing cards and getting things ready for your, for getting cards made, I think you can use them even if you're not an As Many As fan. And I don't know anybody who's not an As Many As fan. How many of you love As Many As? Just give me a heart or say me or something in the chat. Let me know how many of you love As Many As. All righty. We're almost done harvesting. We should have 16 of these. We should have 16. We'll get there. I think I'm going to treat this as a border as well. Thanks, Holly. That's awesome. I love the process. But there's a lot to it. You have to kind of think everything out. This paper is good. I'm going to be honest. I love this paper. Okay, put this guy aside. Let's look at what we got. Do you remember how many of you were sad for me in this video? So here's how it works. I saw this paper and I fell in love with it. And I'm like, I got to use this paper. Let me show you where I used it. Again, if you are just joining us on this journey and you haven't seen those videos, the full videos on YouTube, we also made this in part 1. And I'm going to make 2 of these at least. I might make more. I'm going to make 2 of these. And these are for you to be able to keep up with your birthday. So like M is March. And so you come in here and you could write all your March birthdays and things like that so you can keep up with them and have a little book for you to use to send out all your greeting cards. But I wanted this on my cover, and I didn't pay attention to the back, and I messed up some cut-aparts. No biggie. There's plenty of cut-aparts in this pack. So we're just going to call this cardstock. So this strip is still very usable. Might even can use it on this particular card we're working on, but it will not be wasted. Not be wasted. Look at Tamitha getting that link for that little mini, for the composition book. It's not the mini. We do have the minis, but I cut one in half for that, by the way. But we do have the minis. Did you like As Many As Christmas tags? I'm going to be honest with y'all. Tags are my very favorite thing to make because I don't feel guilty making a one-off tag. Like sometimes I don't like to make a one-off of something, but I don't mind if I make a single tag in a single design. And so I love making tags. That and like journal entries and stuff. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We have, let's go to our card. I want to make sure I've gotten everything. So we had 1 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. That's this guy. So we're good there. Okay. 3 4x4s. So I've got 1, 2, 3 of those. So we're good there. Turn that one upside down. 3 4x6s, and that's what I've got. And they're portraits, so they're going to be standing up. Let's see which ones those are. So that is not a 4x6, and this is not a 4x6, but these 3 are, and all portraits. So we got those. 2 landscape 4x6s, I think, are these guys. Let me put my ruler on that. Yep. Are you wondering where this came from, by the way? I should explain. This, when I opened my paper pack for the first time, I went through and did an inventory, basically. You'll see that in the video. I'll show you how to do that. These two are an unusual size. These are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I should have 4 of these. So here's 2, and here's 2 more of those. So we have those 4. Then I did not count these little pieces. I didn't put these on my inventory. These are the little like tiny cut aparts and the strips. These are gonna be bonus. We're gonna use these in another design. Then I should have, these are 2 by 3s, and it says I should have 2 landscape and 2 portrait, and I do. Then I should have, how many 2 by 2s? Let's see, this says 6, but then it says plus 9. Hey, what's 9 plus 6?
15.
Let's count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We got them. Doesn't everybody need a calculator like Benny sitting next to him? All right, and then we should have 16 3 by 4s, which is the card we're working on today. I'm going to move this aside for a second, and let's do our math, or do our counting. So we've got 1, 2. I'm going to do this a little bit and get everybody stacked up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I miscounted. I had 4 I didn't realize that I had. So that's okay. That's a good thing. And it's good that we found that out now. So let's change our card. So I'm going to change this to be 20. Did I just do the math wrong? What's 8 plus 16? No. What's 8 plus 8 plus 9?
17.
I still did it wrong. There's 20. I don't know where that came from. I miscounted something. So 20 altogether. All right, and you notice I had some that are multiples. That's okay. We don't care if they're the same because we're making cards to use all year long, not just to send to the same person over and over again. All right, so we need to prep for my next video. What'd it say? You forgot to count a whole row. You said only 8. Okay. That's where I did it. Thank you. I miscounted the big sheet. So we have 20 of these guys, and we're going to prep the pieces for, we might even assemble some. No, I better not assemble. We're going to prep the pieces for our next video. So let me show you a tip, okay? How many of you guys buy multi-colored cardstock packs? And what I mean by that is like the packs that have all the different colors of cardstock in them, like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 different colors in a pack. Hold on. Let me make what I'm saying make sense. These packs, the ones that have all the colors in them like this. Okay, some of you guys pick those up. I don't mind them, but inevitably, there is going to be cardstock that I don't use in those packs. So over the years, I collect them. As I buy them, if I don't use colors, I stack them up with light colors. And see, I tend to buy a lot of the same colors. A lot of the same paper. So this is cardstock that has been sitting on my shelf for a really long time, okay? And I'm going to use this as card bases because rather than just letting this sit on my shelf, again, I think this is a good way to use up and do as many as. So we're going to make card bases out of this. So do you remember when we did our design, or you might not have seen it yet. If you didn't, go watch the video, okay? When I did this design, my card base is not a traditional 8.5 by 11. This is kind of an orangey red. It's really more orange, but on camera it's going a little red. So instead of 8.5 by 11, I need 7 by 5 1/4 pieces, okay? So to save myself cutting time, here's what I'm going to do. I need 20 bases, now that we've recounted. So that means I can get 2 of those bases from 1 piece of cardstock. So I'm going to need 10 pieces of cardstock. So let's get 10. I keep losing connection. So I just got, all I did there was get 10 pieces, and then I saw the connection, so I stopped. So here's what I did. I picked this color because I just felt like it went with all of this. So can you see how everything just kind of, most everything has an orange in it or something like that. So that's why we're using it. All right. My sleeves are too long. Keep having to pull them up. Rather than me cutting 20 card bases and then cutting them down to the size that I need, I'm going to cut these 10 pieces down first. So I'm going to take 3 pieces, because that's what my trimmer can handle, 3 pieces at a time. Now let me say this. If you've got the new We Are cinch stack cutter, I can't remember all the names of it. If you got that guy, cut them all at one time. It's incredible. It's incredible. I love it so much. Can I show y'all what I did with it? The other day I was working on a folio and I needed to make some marks, like just kind of, do I have the folio? Yeah. Let me show you. I needed to like post-it note sizes on my folio like this. I took a post-it note thingy over to my cinch cutter and did this. These are amazing. I can just do anything I want to with my post-it notes because of that cinch cutter. You don't understand, like.
I mean, I know that's a big deal.
This is like, I took these to the girls. I said, hey girls, I had them in my hand like this. I just stack them. I said, hey girls, y'all need some smaller post-it notes? And I'm like, well, yeah, they love post-it notes, right? And I just kind of did like that. And they were like, they couldn't listen. Yep, we can do that ourselves. No, we don't have to buy all those fancy sizes. We can cut them down ourselves. So excited. It's the little things, you guys. It's the little things. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this down to our size we need, which is 5 by 7. Or it's 5.5 by 7. So where am I cutting that from? I have to think for a second. On the 8-inch side. That's where I'll cut that from. No, I will not. No, I will not. Hold on, let me think. So I would be cutting these in half like this. Yeah, I'm going to cut it from the long side. Okay. Okay. So that means instead of 8.5 by 5.5, which we normally would do, we're going to do 7 by 5.5. So I'm going to take this guy, and instead of 8.5, make sure you can see that, instead of 8.5, I'm going to make this 7. So I'll put this in my trimmer, and I'm going to cut it down to 7. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that first. Here's why, okay? Because I would rather have 10 of these scraps than 10 half of the scraps. Does that make sense? Because this I can use in more places. All right. It's also easier for me to find. I don't lose those scraps. So let's hope I'm doing this right. No one told me to stop. So let's hope I'm doing this right. And then we'll see how it works. I think it's right. I think it's right. I don't know. It's like sewing. Every time I think something's right, and then I cut something, and then I'm wrong, and then I'm like, why did I cut that without triple checking? But that's what we do, right? That's what we do. Get that one off. Oh, I think I put 4 pages in there this time, so I had to cut it a little different. All right, 7. And let's do this last stack. Okay. Tam, if you don't have one of those cinch cutters, you will love it. It's worth every penny to have it. It's incredible. I've used it more than I ever thought I would. All right. So now we should be able to just cut these in half at 5.5 and have all of our card bases. And we have some pretty big scraps that not only can we use for other things, but you know what? I might could use these in one of these card builds. So I'll keep that in my pile. All right, let's cut these down to 5.5 now. You're probably a little lost. I'll say again, I'm prepping all those pieces for my as many as, because when I film the video, I am not going to make you sit through me making 19 of this one card design. We've already done the design of it, so I'm not going to make you sit through that. So I'm just getting stuff prepped so when it's time to film it, it'll go faster and you guys won't have to sit through it. Also, we can, if you want to today, maybe design the second card together. I may have time to do that too. So let me get this cut. All right, so now we can score these guys. Let me give you a reminder of what we're trying to make. Tina, it's the greatest thing, is it not? Do you not love it? So what we're making is this card base. Where you see the yellow, I'm going to be using the orange for that, okay? So who else is like me and you need to use the tool that is designed for the job? Like, I don't have to use that one that's on my trimmer. I would rather use this guy. All right, let's get a score. What is this called? A scoring tool? A bone folder? Okay. We're going to score these at 4 1/4 because it's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, right? I'll show you what we're creating. So I'm creating this base. Yes, we did good. We did good. So we can check it. We know it's right. So I'm just creating that base. So I'm going to score these all at 4 1/4. Now, I will caution you. If you're using designer paper here, okay, you're going to want to make sure you score it correctly. So, for example, where I'm just throwing this solid color into my scoreboard and I'm able to just score it at 4 1/4, just kind of willy-nilly like that. If this was cardstock with a pattern on it, I'd have to pay attention, okay? But here, I don't have to pay attention. I can just do this. And I'm going to go ahead while I've got them in here. Oh, no, I'm not. And I'll tell you why. I'm ruining this end of my bone folder, and I don't want to. So let's just run through and score, and then we'll get I'll use my ergo to crease them down. All right. And honestly, this one is not as pointy as I'd want it to be. So I think I'm going to turn it as I use it. It's also got glue on it. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Is that for sharing?
I mean, it can be, I guess.
Do you have anything in this marriage that's not for sharing? You know, once you get married, you just have to share, right?
Yeah.
Food, snacks. It's like when you have kids, you just share. You don't have a choice, right? He went and got a drink. I did not prep myself a drink before this. I was going to make myself a cup of coffee, and I didn't. And now I'm sad. Tina, just right now, speak of the love of the new Harmony paper. Just speak of the love. It's amazing. Oh, I'm in love with it. I'm not using that right here. I was telling them earlier, this is some, I think this is some really old Nina Astro Brights that I've had in my stash for a long time. It feels like that, but I'm trying to use up some unusual colors with this paper pack because I just think that's a smart thing to do. And I was able to empty out the whole little holder for it. We didn't cut every piece. I do have some full pieces that I can use, but right now we're going to use 20 pieces up, or we're going to use 10 pieces up. That's exactly what I did. I took my Harmony paper over to the cinch and cut it down that way. Shannon cut some for me, and then when I ran out, I went over there and cut some more, and I love it. I just keep the cinch. I'll show you the Harmony in just a second. I just keep my multi-cinch trimmer on the table ready to go. It's one of those things I'm never going to just put away because we're all going to use it. Let me show you the Harmony pack. So Harmony is this guy. It's brand new on the market. We saw it at Creativation like a year ago. Well, in the spring, we saw it at Creativation, and we fell in love with it, but we've waited a long time to get it. So Harmony Hues is what this is called, and it is 110-pound 12 by 12, but we also discovered they have it in 8.5 by 11, so watch for that coming next week. And they have it in craft, so watch for that coming too. We were really excited about that. What is this? Water?
H2O.
You know what? I do like that. First time I drank out of it. I haven't drank out of mine.
Are you serious?
I haven't. Y'all, we got one of these Owalas for Christmas. We got ourselves one. All the kids had them. Have y'all seen these? We do what the kids do. Have y'all seen these bottles? They're called Owalas. Is the name on here? There it is. I think my screen is frozen or there's a big lag. So this thing right here, that's the name. And what it has is it has a carry hook. You carry it here, but hold on. The stuff I'm teaching you today. Look, this little piece inside here, you drink out of that without a straw. That is the straw, or you can turn it up and drink it. But it's awesome. It makes me make my mouth funny.
So you can suck through the straw, or you
Try
can
it.
just guzzle it.
Have you already done it?
No.
You
took the first swig out of my jug.
Look at you. You're so kind. No, you don't have to turn it up.
You do if you're just drinking it.
Is that what you were doing? Try the straw part.
it out.
It's cool, isn't it? I
It
like
is
it.
pretty cool.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to have to get mine all cleaned up and ready to go. Okay. So Harmony Hues comes in black, comes in white, comes in... My Wi-Fi is really glitching today. Okay. So here's the deal. This, if you just have this bone folder that's got glue all over it, it's perfectly fine, but I keep weakening this end down here, using it to press, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to, so I'm going to go to my Ergo. So I'm going to go to this guy to do all this folding. Also, if you want to use your scoreboard or something to help you get these lined up nice and neat, you can do that. I'm just going to do it in the air. I do this enough to be able to get them pretty square. And I don't do perfect, so if they're not perfect, we ain't worried about it. If we freeze, if we freeze, stay with us. We'll thought periodically it just freezes up and I have to press reconnect. I really think it's probably our internet. I don't know. Technology's not my friend these days, you guys. It's not my friend. Kind of had all I can take of it. We do have to talk about another design piece in just a second. Let me get all these scored. Because I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn on an idea. You're humming my being torn?
No.
You humming what you watching on TV?
I am. So
every now and then you're going to hear Vinny just talk. We just had lunch with our son Josh. We went to Three Amigos and I got the soup. Y'all, if you ever come to town, go to Three Amigos, get the chicken soup. You will not be sad. Three Amigos is one of our local Mexican restaurants, okay? We went there today, and I had chicken soup, and Vince had a burger, and Josh had a burger. Like, we don't even get the... We typically don't eat tacos and all that. We typically get all the other stuff because they make such good food. They even have a Greek menu, which is so good. We are not in the direct path. I'm kind of torn. I wish we could get snow here, but also... I'm so excited for the kids living on the coast. Like, I've been telling Vince, like, can you imagine being a kid who's lived on the Florida coast or the Bama coast or the Mississippi coast or the Louisiana coast and never seen snow, never even thought it was an option for you? I just think those kids right now are so excited. Rhonda has had their chicken soup, and it is so good. My tip is to order a side of rice with it because I don't think they put enough rice in it for me. I'm a carb girl. So order a side of rice with it. Can you buy the tumblers? The one I just showed you, they are on... If I had my phone, I could send him the link to the ones I just bought. I'll come back and put the link in the description of this video so you can get... We bought the larger one. So Houston is hunkering down. Praying those citrus trees. I didn't even think about that. Here I'm excited for the kids and didn't think about the trees. You know, we have a farmer here that... So one of our local farmers was giving me a golf lesson the other day because he's also an incredible golfer. And he was saying that our trees, in particular the peach trees, are okay because they've been able to acclimate. We've had some cold temperatures. Isn't that what he was telling us?
They say here that it has to be cold for them to, like, regenerate or something.
They need the cold, but they don't need the snaps of cold, right? They need the...
What they don't need is snow after they bloom. I mean, or freezing temperatures after they bloom. Because the freezing temperature does kill the bloom.
Karen, we're in Chilton County, Alabama. We're in central Alabama, the very center of the state. So he was saying that right now we're okay because we've had such cold, like it's not a snap of cold. And I guess they're in, now we're known for peaches. That's what our county's known for. Yeah, so our peach farmer in his off season is teaching me how to play golf. He's incredible too, by the way. Okay, here's the thing we got to decide about. Y'all ready to make a decision? Y'all aren't going to be able to make a decision because y'all going to be just like me. So, I want to use all of this paper, and I don't really care at what point I use it all up. In the past, I'm going to stick this to hold this down. In the past, oh, actually, let me show y'all something. What a good chance to show y'all this. Have y'all seen these new magnets from Glassboard Studio. Have I shown y'all these? Look at the size of this magnet. Do you see that? And look, they're from Glassboard Studio, which is the board I use. And look at this one. And what I love about it is it has these like finger indents. So when you put it down, you don't have to like slide it off to pick it up. You just grab it. All right, I'm back. I froze. I'm sorry. It keeps doing that. Anyway, they asked me what color I wanted. Are y'all surprised I went with red? But I love these. So listen, if you're going to shop at Glassboard Studios, use my code, which I'll wait till Tamitha tells me what it is. It's for 20% off, and she linked it for you. But these guys right here, look at that. So if you need a magnet, I love these. I love them. They would work. They are just magnets, so I think they'd work with anything. I love them. Okay, so here's the decision we have to make. So the card that I'm inspired by, let me get the picture. This is the card inspiration we're using. Do you see this one right here? And you can see how I've made my card base very similar, and I want my 3x4 to live here. What I have to decide is, do I want to use a solid color cardstock here to hold my 3x4? And I'm kind of leaning to no. I'll tell you why in a second. I've lost all my 3x4s. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? They're here somewhere. It's a stack of 20 of them. I couldn't have lost them that. They couldn't have gone that far away. They grew legs. Shannon would say, did you eat them? That's what she would ask me. Did you? Oh, here they are. They're under this camera. Let's move this camera. Okay. So here they are. So what I'm saying is, do I want, and everybody's going to have a different opinion, so I'm just going to let y'all chat it out, okay? I'm going to let y'all chat it out. I'm going to put that right there to hold it down. Do I want this piece to be a pattern piece like this and then hold this? Or do I want it to be solid? Now, here's the thing. If it's a pattern piece, what's cool about it, I'm going to campaign for both, okay? What's cool about it being a pattern piece means it would have pattern on the front as a border, but also here it would be pretty, you know, when you open it, if I use pattern cardstock. If I use solid cardstock, it's just going to be solid, but it'll be a good border. You can see how this looks around these, and y'all are all going to feel different. But, you know, for me, I want to use up this paper, so it might be a really good place to use this up. Like, we might could cut as many as we can from this and see where we go. And I'll just say it. Vinny, what do you think I'm leaning to? Solid or pattern? You know me. Am I leaning solid or pattern?
Are you talking about solids that are legitimate solids, or are you
legitimate
talking about
patterns? But
solids?
You know me well enough to know the answer to this. Am I leaning solid or pattern?
You are not doing with solid.
I don't want to do solid. I want pattern. You know me well enough to know.
What you say is a solid is not a solid. It's a pattern.
Well, I'm not talking about those just yet. We will get to those. I'm going to have to. So if we do pattern, I'm going to start from here. I'm going to start from here because I think the pattern's a good idea, because me personally, I like the idea of when you flip this open, there's pattern. That's what I like. All right. But can I say this? You do you. It does not matter. When you send this card to somebody, they're not going to go, wow, that card would have been really more touching to me, and it would have meant more to me if you had used solid versus pattern. No one's going to do that, you guys. Nobody's going to do it. Okay. So let's start with these. Now, what size do we need? Where's our little guy? Oh, this desk. Oh, this desk. Thank you, Eva. Eva says, you do you, boo. And that's how I feel. So we need pieces that are 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. Now, here's the issue with that using the 6 by 6. I'm going to get one from each one of these. I don't know that I'm willing to do that. I don't know that I'm willing to waste all of this real estate to get one. You see what I'm saying? Everybody understand that? So let's go to the card pack, the paper pack itself. I don't mind. I do not mind using up all this paper. Like, if I have more cut aparts than I have paper, I'm good with that. Okay. So, like, look, I can get one from here. There's one. 19 more. Then I have all of this that I can use. Let's see how many we can get from one piece really quick. And if you're a person who does math, you're going to be like, I know how many you can get because I do math. But I don't do math, so I just cut a piece up. So let's just cut a piece up and see what we get. So I'm going to take out a trimmer. This is the year I'm not going to apologize for how I have to do things. It's just how I have to do it. This is what I think I'm going to get only 6. That's my guess. My guess is 6 from this page. All right, let's look at our measures again. 3 3/4 wide, 4 1/4 tall. And this is going to be my tall measure. So 4 1/4. So I'm just going to cut. Oh, I think it's going to be 4. Yep. Nope. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I could have tried first time. Let's see. All right. So I've got these two. We will thaw, she said. Hang on. We will thaw. And 3 3/4. All right. So I got 6 from half the page. And I'm praying, and I could be wrong. Is this 3 3/4? Oh, I almost could get it from here, but I can't. But that's okay. I can use this for something else. And I'm keeping these because we don't know what designs we're going to do. So I'm still going to have these two. So I did get 6 from each page. So, ooh, what did I do there that's different? Maybe these last two. Oh, that's what it is. No, I cannot get 6. I can get 4. I was right. I can get 4. I was right. You know, the third time I was right, not the first time. So we got 4 from that page. All right, I'm not going to be sad about this. These are good sizes I can use for something else. They're going to go into the pile. All right, let's get another piece. Let me see if I can cut this differently and get more, because there's a chance I could. 6 3/4. I mean, 3/4 twice is 1.5 inches. Right. No, that wouldn't change anything because it's 12 by 12. Okay, back at it. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't matter. We're going to do it this way because I'm trying to use up this paper anyway. Also, did I tell you guys that I found another pack that works really well with this that I can mix together? So if I run out of paper quicker than I wanted to, it's not a big deal because I have that other pack. Which I may dig into it real quick too and show y'all, because if you're thinking about using a companion pack, where did I put it? I'll have to find it. So this will get us 8. Good idea. Mixed patterns and solid. Very good idea. Best of both worlds. So this one does not get me. This one is a little bit shy. Not by much, just a little. It doesn't say it's shy though. I feel like I'm cutting something wrong. I did cut that one wrong, or did I lay it wrong? Hold on. All right, so there's that piece. Yeah, I did something wrong on that last one, y'all, because I should be getting 6. Because right here I did. So I'm going to have to go back and see what I cut wrong. I'm going to have to watch this live back. All right, I should be getting 6. You're right, Kathy, but I got 4 from that first one. But that's okay. Now we have 10, right? 4 and 6 is 10. All right, here's the question, you guys. Save these or don't? Save these? Y'all are going to say, save them. Save them. Use them. I won't put them over here. We'll pray about them. Okay. Now, one more sheet. No, maybe more than one more sheet, but we'll see. All right, so 4 1/4 twice. I need to stop talking and pay attention. Wow at all the throw-em-aways. Wow. I'm proud of you guys, I think. Have you been my friend too long? Wow, you guys, no one said keep them. No one said keep those, guys. I'm shocked. And y'all, I feel good about that. I'm proud of you guys. I'm keeping them, but I'm proud of you guys. That's crazy talk. Nah, toss them. That's funny. Okay. 16. We need 4 more. We are on the path. We need 4 more. One thing I am having to pay attention to is that I'm not using like, I don't want to use that one either. One of these pages has like, you did it on the back of it, which is fine. But if I'm not using it for cut aparts that say you did it, does that make sense? I don't want to mix that together. So I think this will be our last one to have to do. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Put this on the side for later. Cut these down. You really can make some cute cards with strip, Sherry. I agree. You can make some really cute cards with scrappy scraps. With scrappy scraps. I don't like the way that lined up. I think that's a really good tip Melissa just said too. Even if you don't plan on keeping them, maybe wait till your project is done, because I have thrown stuff away and found myself digging in the trash because I thought I can use that piece I threw away. That's a good idea. That's a good tip. I like that. This is why we have such a good community. We have really good tips for each other. My internet is not being very stable today, you guys.
It's working fine on my side.
Keeps cutting out. It could be my phone. Who knows? All right, let's prep these for their next step. These guys all need to be scored. I'm back. Rachel, you must be off work today. Because I don't remember you getting to be on our, like if we do a show in the daytime. I could be mixing you up though. I could be wrong. All right, let's talk about it. Here we go. Ready? So this piece is now going to go like this, but it needs to be scored to turn under. And I want to watch the back side and make sure I'm getting my pattern right. Now, before I score, I can choose which side I want to be up. And I could mix it up if I want to. Okay? I can mix it up because, like, I could use the green one time. Hold on, let me pick it up. I could use the green one time and this side one time. I can mix it all up. So I think I'll do that. The reason I think I will is because I either need to go through and do this number. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you why. Let me back up and tell you why. Because if I were to use the green side here on every single one of these, because I have 6 greens, I might force my hand and have to do something like that. I may not, but if I only use the green side, I could. So if I use both sides, I know I'm safe because I'd be able to use this side. I think that makes sense. I don't want to force my hand. And I can. Hey, listen, look how easy this is. I might not should assemble these till the video. I might need to talk about this in the video. Tamitha, do you think I need to talk about this? So maybe I shouldn't try to assemble now. But another good thing to do is to just do this. Okay, we're going to lay, that's the front side of this one. That's the back side of this one. I'm going to move this aside. And then this is the front side of our next one. This is the back side of our next one. Move that aside. And then this is the front side. This is the back side. And then I've only got one more pattern. Hold on, I don't want to lay those like that. I'm trying to be organized here. Then I've got one more pattern, and it looks like this. Let me scoot this where you can kind of see everything. All right, so it's not a big deal to do this, okay? You could just go through and go, this works here, this works here, this works here. You know, you could just pick where you want to put it, you know. I kind of like it on this blue, and I really like it on that stripe. I'm going to leave it on that stripe. And then I can just look at, oh, that looks great on the green. Let's don't study, right? Let's also put one on the blue because I've got 2 of those. That looks good. This is cute here. Too much matchy there. I think it's the cutest there. I don't know why. I really like it there. And then let's look at this one. That's not too bad. It's not my favorite. Oh, I like it here. I like it on that one. Now, when you get them like this, and we've talked about this a bunch in the videos before, I'm just going to have to put something here, a sticker or a sentiment. I can stamp it, whatever I want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and find it at home. And I kind of like it here. I really like it there. I really like it there. I don't like it there. It's okay there. Ooh, I like it on the blue. That's where that one's going to go. I'm really wanting to find one for here. That little green border's messing me up. Ooh, I like that. I don't like that. The stripe, that's where I want it. Let's see what I can do with this one. That's not so bad because it pulls that green over, so that doesn't bother me too bad. Let's leave that. Let's leave both of those there. Don't like that. Ooh, I do like that one. Good, because I was hoping I would be able to match that up. This is where it gets a little trickier. Oh, I like it on the blue. I'm going to have to go back and see that I have enough of these, which is fine. I'll show you what we'll do. So you're going to see this again in the video. I'm going to have to talk about this in the video, what I'm doing. That looks good there. I think that looks good there. I think this one's going to go in a lot of places. I like it there. And I'm going to like it on this stripe as well. This red's going to look good here. I'm going to lay them all there. And this green is going to look good on that red. Okay, so here's what we've got to look at. And I will say this in the video because I'll have to redo this. So I just stopped it till I got my internet back. But this one, for example, I just need one to make this happen, so we're good. By the way, you're going to see this again in the video because I think this is important for people to see. But for this one, if I want to use all of these on here, I'm going to need 1, 2. So that's good. I know I have 2 of these. So let's just go ahead and pull those over. So 1, 2. All right, so those are good. Then this one, I think it had a bunch. Let's see how many it had. So the navy has 1, 2, 3, 4 that I want to use it on it. So let's pull 4 over. You know, if you don't do this, you could catch yourself in the end. You could be like, I really should have paid attention. And this is not a big deal. It's actually kind of fun. It's like dealing cards, like playing cards. All right, so there's 4 for that one. This one needs 2. That's going to work out perfect because I have 1 more of those left. So that's great. Then this guy is going to need 2. And I think I can make that happen. He's on the stripe, I think, yeah. So he just needs, yeah, he's on the stripe. So I'm going to put him here. So we're covered. This one needs 1 more stripe. That's where we may have an issue because I did not have as much of the stripe because I miscut. So I've got 1 stripe, and you know what? This guy's going to need, it wants 3, so we're going to have to change one of these. I love that one on the stripe. I like that one on the stripe. I think I can probably find another home for this one. I'm going to hold it out for a second. All right, so we're covered, we're covered, we're covered. Let's go down here. This red one only needs 2, and I've got that. This one, however, needs 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 3 more here. 1, 2, 3. That worked out perfect. So I just had 1 cut apart that did not have his friend, and something's not right. Well, I'm not surprised. It's me. Let's put him on the green. He's pretty on there. So let's take him over here. And so somewhere I've miscounted because I have 1 sitting here, or either I've lost a thingy. But that's how I would do this one, so I know everything's going to work. Because if you don't do that, you could end up with, like, you know, I would have had like all of the green sticking up or all of that side sticking up or whatever. And then when I went to put everything down, it wouldn't have quite matched up. You think I have an extra one in one of the piles? Let me look. All right, there's 2 there. I feel like I have to somewhere, right? 2 there. I'm just checking cut aparts first. 2 there. Let's go back down here. This is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1 and 2. Let's try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Here it is. Nope, that's 4. I thought I found it. You are saying the top middle. 1, 2. It does have an extra layer, but that doesn't make any sense either. That makes me have more extras. Have I lost? I didn't lose any cut aparts. I checked that one. I checked this one. Did I miscount again? I don't know, you guys. There's a chance. Because this is saying, maybe I cut, oh, I bet I got 2 extras. I bet I got 2 extras. Because I didn't count them perfectly, did I? So that's probably what it was. We're okay. All right, so everything's covered. But we'll talk about that in part 3. coming up because I'm going to want to show this to everybody that's not on this live today because I think this is important, okay? So what we got accomplished today was we got these bases cut, we got this flap done, and we organized these cut aparts for this particular card. The only thing I haven't cut yet, and I can cut this with you real quick, is the piece to go inside of here. And if I'm going to put anything here. And there's a chance I will, but I might wait on that till the end. But let's cut real quick the piece for in here. And that's just going to be white cardstock that I'm going to put in here. So it needs to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to fit inside. So I'm going to stack these guys up the way I have them. And I think I'm going to put them into something to store them so that they don't go wacky. And you know what else? Because probably somewhere... Probably somewhere this guy's going to show up. All right, got one of my Spellbinders holders. I'm going to stick this in here, put that in there so it stays nice and neat until I film the next video because I do not want to be searching for those. All right, let's cut those pieces and then we'll talk about one more thing. So, here's this. Then, let me find white cardstock. So in this space, when I'm cutting for the inside of these guys, I don't like to use really sturdy, thick cardstock. I don't want to use something that I'm going to want to use for the outside of something. So, and I'll tell you what's really messed me up lately. That is that the PA cardstock has gotten so much better in quality. Because back in the day, my PA 8.5 by 11 was the perfect quality for like layering all that, but they've made it better. So now it's like thicker than it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Vinny telling him this because I don't know if I've told him this yet or not. All right, this is some thinner cardstock I just had right here. No, I'm wrong on the inside measurement. It's 4 by 5 1/4. Now I'm sure about it. But thank you for stopping me. Yeah, I was wrong on it. But now I'm right. 4 by 5 1/4. So those are 4s. You got me. I appreciate it. Listen, you should do everything live with an audience because then they stop you from messing stuff up. As long as you can handle when you mess up, they see that too, which I'm okay with y'all seeing my mess ups because y'all make them too. You should do everything with an audience. 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Look at this. Love these sides. These are perfect sentiment strips. Okay. Perfect for sentiments. There's that stack. Let's do another stack. Just like so. All right, let's do this other second. I might have enough. I don't know. I wasn't counting. I didn't pay attention. One more. Honeybee's asking how to see this video from the beginning. Once the live is over, because I'm live right now, but once the live is over, you'll be able to go back and watch it. But more than that, Honeybee, we're prepping right now for a series I'm doing on the channel. I have so far it's a 2-part series, but it's definitely going to be a 3-part. So you can watch that. It's called As Many As, that I just started loading, or we just loaded. So if you want to see the full explanation of what we're doing here today, be sure to check those videos too. All right, let's see how many we got. Counting is sometimes hard because everything sticks together. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I just need 2 more. This is the part of the As Many As that is the struggle for me because it takes so much prep work. And y'all, can you imagine? We're just trying to make as much as we can out of the paper itself. But when I'm having to like use every single tiny piece and make hundreds of cards from one paper pack. This is the part that takes forever, is getting all the cuts done and getting everything made. And that's why you don't see this on camera, the stuff I'm doing right now. A lot of times I'll hand Shannon like a list of cuts and go, hey, can you go cut these for me? And she'll go make all those cuts, and then I'll have to do all the assembly. And sometimes she'll help me assemble too, because when we're making like, I mean, I can get 200 cards out of a paper pack easy a lot of times. And so when we're doing that, it takes a lot of work. But if you're doing this at home, you're not filming for video. You don't have a deadline you have to get stuff done on. So it's different when you're not making it as a deadline. And you know, for me, I don't pre-film. I film and then put up, film and then put up. So that's why it takes us a little longer. All right, we got all those done. For the cards are you making today, do you make your own envelopes? I never make my own. I'm not going to say never. I am not a make my own envelope person. The only time you're going to catch me making my own envelope is number one, if I want it to look custom, if I'm trying to like make it match, or if I'm doing like a, you think it could be the weather? Okay, back to envelope chat. So the only time I'm going to make my own is if I want them to look custom, like if I'm making a greeting card set and I want them to match, or if I'm making a box style envelope, like if I need some space in the envelope, or if I've made a greeting card I don't have an envelope size for, like a 4x4, a 5x7. These are not envelopes that I typically keep on hand. But I'm a purchase my own envelope person. 2 reasons. Number one, no one, I mean, I would say 99.999% of the people do not keep the envelope. The envelope is not even considered part of the card. You know what I'm saying? So I spend less money if I buy them myself. And even if I spend money on the envelopes, but I think about how much time it takes me to make them, I come out cheaper if I just have them in a box. And 2, the paper they used to make the envelopes with is so good for the envelope, and I don't have to keep paper to make envelopes with. Like, for example, I'm a cardstock girl. You're not going to catch me buying paper. Not now. There could be a new craft that comes up that makes me buy paper, but right now, I'm a cardstock girl. But you do you. Like, this is the cool thing about crafting. What works in your flow, and I think I just told y'all kind of how envelopes work in my flow. So what works in your flow is what you want to consider. Okay, next, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some more of our pictures really quick. And because I already showed how to design, this one we just were inspired by, designed. These are ready to assemble, so I can put this one aside, but I'm going to save that for the video. Look how cute this is. I think this is adorable. And we had a couple of pieces we could probably do this with. Let's look at our cut-aparts again. I feel like I could do that card with this because I think it's so cute. And I'm wondering if I couldn't get sort of that look from these guys. Because I can definitely cut these down. Can I cut this down this small? Maybe. I might could. So if you didn't watch part 2, where you can find out where this came from, watch part 2 of the video. So you'll see where this came from. It's an inspiration piece, okay? I'm kind of wanting to take these pieces, these 4 pieces, and put them into this situation. But because all of this is different sizes, I may have to edit all this around it. But that's fine, because this is just inspiration. I just like the way this lays out. So that's what we'll talk about when we get back together. I hate to design these here in this situation and not have it in the video, because I think it needs to be in the video to kind of live there. But that's where I'll go next. So we designed a card. We laid it all out. We got all our pieces cut. This is where we designed it. This is our little card design situation. And I know this will be satisfying, so let's bring this back over. We got this is all of our inside pieces laying on top here, all of our pieces on the inside, and then we have all of these guys, all our bases. So now this just has to be assembled, and that's 20 cards right there, okay, that we have ready to assemble in the next video. In the next video, I will walk you through the process of designing with our next card, and I'll show you how we're going to do that, and we'll just keep doing that throughout this. Do you have suggestions for how you want the next videos to go? Do you want me to literally walk you through designing every single card? This is a cool thing. I can ask you this. A lot of times that's the part of the process where I'm like, okay, now I'm just going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you literally want to go along with me, I'll walk you through it. The videos might be a little longer, but we can do that. Rachel says, yes, walk us through. Okay, I have one thing to ask of you. Are you starting to see, if you've never seen this before, are you starting to see how as many as is a technique, not a project? Are you starting to see that? Because I made the mistake years ago of teaching this sort of as a project when I should have taught it as a technique, because it's a technique you can use with any paper pack. Like, that's what I want to make sure I'm getting across. It is a technique, not a project. Because you can do it with any paper pack and any project. Because let's say you needed to make 15 of these. It's the same thing. You just get as many as you can from a paper pack with this. Okay, good. I'm telling you, years ago I messed up and everybody was like, do another as many as project. And I'm like, y'all, I've taught y'all that. And I felt like I had taught it so much. But I think maybe talking more about the process this time has been better. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to call it. We did was that about 2 hours? How long did we spend together here? About an hour. How long did we spend together? Oh, this will probably tell me how long we've been live. I don't know. Anyway, that was fun to bring you guys along, and it was fun for you guys to hang out with me, and I appreciate you helping me avoid some errors today. Do me a favor, if you're watching this video, hit subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more of this style video throughout 2025 because I can just turn my camera on and go. And I'm really wanting to do this on my sewing channel too. Tell me if you'd like to just kind of sit in my sewing room with me. I've got some projects I'm wanting to do there too. And over the snow days, over the next couple of days, whatever happens, if you'd like to come into the sewing room with me, be sure to go to my sewing channel, which is Maymay Made It, and subscribe to that one too. So these videos will come up in your feed over there too. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to head out. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. This was super fun. And until next time, bye now.